Gypsy chick. Hey there, it's Gypsy. I am so excited. I just got a brand new deck from the Czech Republic. I ordered this from Baba Studios. I love some of their stuff, and I really wanted to get. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for the Alice Tarot to come out. But in the meantime, they already released the Bohemian Gothic Tarot, the third edition. And so I swiped up myself a copy of that one because, you know, those are like collector decks. I have seen some of their older decks, like the Tarot of Prague and the first edition Bohemian Gothic. They get really expensive as time goes on because these guys only print so many copies every time they do a new deck. So I went ahead and jumped on it. Since it is a third edition, I'm probably going to be 300 years old before this deck is even worth anything. I don't care. So first I'll show you guys, I got a bag to go with it. Here's the bag that I got. We'll start at the beginning, right? It even says on here, Baba Studio, limited edition. I mean, like, this is like one of my Christmas presents to myself. I was so excited to get this deck in the other day. And it just came out. Here's the box. And I gotta be honest, this first picture that I saw bummed me out. I know that the deck is going to be dark. I know that it's going to have a certain style of artwork because I did see the cards, you know, here and there before I got the deck. So I knew kind of what to expect. But that particular photo, I was not crazy about. This has everything in it from demons to phantoms, werewolves, and vampires. It's all in there. It is a dark deck. This is designed by Alex Ukulov. I am sorry if I'm totally tearing up these people's names. They're Czech, and I'm not Czech. And Karen Mahoney, creators of the Baroque Bohemian Cats Tarot and the Victorian Romantic Tarot. So what they did was, though, they actually included an extra card, which I was really, really happy about because it is the Lover's card. This is the Lover's card, and I don't like that card. If anybody from Baba Studio is watching this, I don't know if that was something where people couldn't agree on what to do, but I just want to say that whoever fought to get that 79th card put in and make it a lover alternative, thank you, because I love the other card, and it's this one here. This is the other Lover's card. So when I use this deck, I'll tell you right now, this is the card I'm going to be using. Not this one. There's this one, and there's this one. I mean, you know what? I'm actually interested. Which one do you guys like better? The one that came on the cover of the box? This one? Or do you like this one better? Came with the box? Extra card. Came with the box? Extra card. Tell me, because I'd like to know. So, I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to go back to the box. The box is awesome sauce. It's another one of those really nice hard cases that you can store your deck in if you want to. Bam. It also has a decent little white book. Again, this is from the Czech Republic, but I was very fascinated to find out and happily surprised to know that this is all in English. So it's not like the Los Scarabeo where they have like 4 languages in one little white book. This is an English white book. So there we go, right there. I really expected it to be in Czech, so that was cool. Okay, the cards themselves, they're a good size. They're a little bit bigger, you know, than the standard playing cards, but they're a good tarot card size, so I like it a lot. They're not really thick, they're not gilded on the sides, but honestly, you know, I like the gilded on the sides cards, but to be honest, when they're really thick, it's kind of hard sometimes to shuffle them. These are not too thick to shuffle, okay? You can see how they bend, but they're not flimsy either. They're good quality cards. They are printed on good quality cardstock. I don't consider them to be too flimsy. You know, some people might like the thicker cards. I have some like that. They're really hard to shuffle, though. You have to do this kind of shuffling. I haven't shuffled this deck yet, so I'm not going to do it right now. But anyway, you know, here's the cover card. Again, it's got that ugly Lover's card. I don't like that one. Here's the back of the cards. The backs are very pretty. I love the backs of these cards. And then, you know, we go into the major arcana. I'm just going to show you a couple because I don't want to get... I'm not going to show the whole entire thing. I will show you the Fool. I like the Fool. I think that's a cool looking card. Strength. That's always one of my favorite cards. Here's the Strength card. I love this beautiful red passionate wrap that she has around her. It's very, very low key when it comes to the color, except for that awesome red. I'm a sucker for the red. Death, again, you know, they make great use of the color red in this picture. You can see the body's kind of lying in a rotten little pile there at the bottom, and then Death is sitting there smiling at them. Creepy! The Devil, that's a good card. It's kind of scary, too. You can see here we've got this ghoul. It's kind of the devil, and it's got this woman here who's obviously addicted to, you know, some kind of an opiate or something. But that was pretty interesting. The Moon is a beautiful card. This is one of my favorites in this deck. This is one of my favorites. I love this representation of the Moon. Okay, the Sun freaking creeps me out too. This is not a cheerful Sun card, okay? This kind of reminds me of like the Alchemist, my Alchemy Tarot deck. The Sun, it's like, how is this a happy card? This one, it looks like it has the potential to be a happy card. But in the land of Bohemian Gothic, it is freaking creepy as hell. So here's this one. It's the Sun. You know, you want to be happy. You want to enjoy the Sun card, but look at that kid. Kid's just creepy. And that horse is standing there like, I ain't moving. Those Czechs know how to make some scary freaking cards. The World. Now, the World, I think, is really pretty. But it's also interesting to note here, at a glance, you're like, oh my gosh, that's just beautiful. Oh, look, she's stepping on skull rocks with my beautiful nails. Yeah, skull rocks. That's kind of creepy. But it's cool. Two of Wands, we have a ghost, and I think that's pretty awesome. You can see her sort of in the background here. See her over here? She's in the background. I think that's kind of cool. Four of Wands. There's another example here where we see, you know, it looks like it's so happy. Everybody's kind of standing there in this somewhat dark courtyard being so creepily happy. And then, wait, who the hell is that guy? What's going on with the guy up in the... Ah! It's scary! So yeah, am I going to read with this deck? Probably not a whole lot, unless someone requests it. I really, honestly, I bought this deck because I wanted to collect it. I wanted to hold on to it. But, you know, there's sometimes, you know, when I've gone through this deck a couple times just kind of looking at the imagery, and every time I go through it, you know, it's like, I'd kind of like to read these cards. You know, maybe when I'm doing shadow work, these might be a great set to use. There's the Page of Wands, because it's dark as hell. It's just dark. It's just so dark. Here's the Three of Cups, which is the bag that I got to go with the cards. It's funny, if you look at this oldest daughter really closely, she has got bit by a vampire. She done got bit by a vampire. You know she gonna bite her sisters. She gonna bite them. They're gonna be vampires too. Six of Cups. Now this is a sweet card. This is one that you know, has to do with the return of someone, or you know, remembering something, or being in a state of nostalgia. Here we see two children, and it looks like they're visiting the gravesite of their mother here. You see the mother's picture? That's just, to me, it's like a sweet, sad card, but I like it. Seven of Cups. I like the look on her face here. You know, there's just, you know, having that that sense of, you know, endless possibilities. Having, you know, what do I want to do? What's going to happen tonight? I don't know. Let me think about it. That's kind of what I get from that card. Ten of Cups. Another one of those cards supposed to be like super happy, happy, joy, joy cards. And that's what I'm just like, man, these kids are killing me. They're creepy. Here we have creepy baby, and creepy sister in the background. Nobody really looks like they're very happy at all. You're not allowed to be happy in the land of Bohemian Gothic, because that would completely defeat the purpose of the entire theme, because there is always a sense of unhappiness in this deck. It is very dark. I do not recommend using this deck to read for people that might be a little bit scared of tarot, or that might be a little bit uneasy about the nature of tarot in general. You know, if they have doubts and aren't sure if it's like something that they shouldn't be dabbling in, don't go into it with them using these cards, because you're going to scare the hell out of them. Here's another one. We got a werewolf card. Apparently, there's the Five of Swords. We have a werewolf. Careful, honey. Careful. Seven of Swords, we see that she looks to be stealing. She's stealing a book of magic here. Watch yourself, little girl. You're going to get yourself in some trouble. I'm just saying. Ten of Swords. Again, this is one of those bittersweet. It's like it's sad, but it's beautiful. Pictures, you know, that anyone who's lost a partner definitely knows what this feeling of sadness is. You know, having to feeling like you're taking on the world. She's obviously been left behind here by a loved one, and she's grieving, and she feels that sense of loss or that sense of maybe powerlessness that comes with the Ten of Swords card. Heavy card. Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, y'all. This is just a badass card. Y'all know it is. That is a cool card. That is a cool... It's a cool card. Two of Pentacles. Again, this is one of those cards that it's obvious, it's usually a very whimsical, fun card, and in this one it is no different. Now, we still don't have anyone laughing. No one's laughing, so don't worry. There is no laughing, but bright colors, and I just love this card. I like it. You know, you have a balance here. You've got the dark street, you've got that whole Bohemian Gothic thing going on, but not her. She is dressed up and looking pretty in her outfit. And she's got the bicycle with the wheels and the moving forward and the balance. You got to balance to stay on a bike. So I think this is one of my favorite cards. Definitely one of my favorite cards. Oh, this is another one that I like a lot. The Eight of Pentacles, which has to do with, you know, enjoying what you do, enjoying your work, having that feeling. And here we see in this Eight of Pentacles, we've got the doll maker here in the background. And then in the foreground, you see this little girl holding this doll. And I don't know if y'all can see this doll really well. It's hard to see in the video. Her eyes are like wide open, bright, and scary looking. Creepy! And all the dolls in the window are like creepy dolls. We got a skeleton doll, and my middle child, who's going to be doing my next Art of Tarot video with me eventually. She hates dolls. She hates this card. It gives her the creeps. She does not... Dolls scare the crap out of her, which is really funny to me. The Page of Pentacles, I think, is really pretty. I love that little girl's look on her face. I think it's a pretty card. So there's a few of the cards as an example. Like I said, for me personally, am I going to read with this deck a lot? Probably not. And when I do read with it, I'm probably going to read with it for myself, because it is very dark, and some of the pictures are just freaking scary. And I can see where it would be easy to get distracted by the darkness of it and maybe miss out on some of the more positive aspects of the cards. So I would be really careful how I read with it. Like I said, I would probably do it when I am specifically doing shadow work and I am looking and focusing on the more negative aspects of the cards, because the message could very easily get missed on a lot of these. The creep factor is high. So that is definitely something to consider whenever, if you're thinking about getting this deck. However, from a collector standpoint, the artwork is very cool. It's kind of a mix between, like, you know, paint and computer-generated stuff. It's tough to call. I'm not really sure what it is, especially like with the Two of Pentacles that I showed you. You know, it looks like that colorized kind of old-timey artwork, like postcards and advertising, you know, type pictures. It's that kind of look, but very, very cool. So I give it a thumbs up. I like the deck. I'm glad I bought it. Whenever I first opened it, I was a little bit like, oh, I don't know. But the more I've looked at it, the more I've kind of checked it out, I really am glad I have this. And this is one of those things that I'm going to be able to hang on to and pass to my kids one of these days, because it's going to be a cherished deck. So that's all I have on the new 3rd edition of the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. These cards are so creepy. That was weird.